moving on. Don't graze, don't do sliders. You know all about that. Okay. Did you know that eating was a voluntary act? Is your heartbeat a voluntary act?
No.
No. Is putting food to your mouth a voluntary act?
Yes.
Yes. Think about it that way, okay? You got to learn to recognize triggers, which is a whole nother talk. But what you want to do is interrupt the process before the food's in your mouth. All right? So you got to figure out what your patterns are. Okay, number 6. Okay, if I paid you, would you do this? If I paid you to keep a food journal, would you do this? I swear, I tell my patients that I work with, I'll pay you to keep a food journal. And I swear half of them wouldn't. This is the number 1 way to keep your weight off. After you have surgery, here's your weight. Your weight's going to go down, right? The goal is to keep it down, right? What happens a lot of times is it starts to creep back up. Again, a little bit of that is normal, but if it starts going in that direction too much, if you're writing down what you're eating, what can happen?
You have to face it.
Right. Okay? Everybody minimizes what we eat. Did you know that everybody minimizes what you eat by 20%? At least? Okay. It keeps you accountable. It helps strengthen your motivation. It's like, oh, darn it, look at, I did a really great job today. I can do that again tomorrow. Okay? It helps you figure out what your problem areas are. For a lot of people, it's nighttime eating. For a lot of people, it's that non-drive-through. Okay, again. Number 7, keep an exercise diary. Keep it on the same page. There are tons of websites, right? Like Daily Plate. What are some other ones? Okay, so you know them. Use those. They're great. Did you know that if you wear a pedometer, you actually walk more? Everybody listen to John Tesh Radio? He's got really great little tips. And he says that if you wear a pedometer, studies show that you actually walk more. Okay, again, same reasons to keep an exercise journal that there is for keeping a food diary. All right, number 8, what is it?
Technically, have sleep.
Yeah, who knew that? Who knew that there is an absolute connection between weight and sleep? That's another thing I learned at that Harvard thing. Research is very clear that getting an adequate amount of sleep is really necessary to maintain a healthy weight. Now, I think they say that this has to do with cortisol. You know what cortisol is?
Yep.
The stress hormone. Stress hormones do horrible things to our bodies. Anybody in here did not have a stressful life? Yeah, we're Americans. We have stressful lives, right? So, get enough sleep. There's a thing, you can write this down if you're keeping notes, called the relaxation response. If you Google the relaxation response, it's a wonderful 6 little steps. It will cut down your cortisol levels tremendously. The guy who developed this thing is at Harvard. He's a cardiologist, and they've studied this against high blood pressure medications. This thing is as effective as any blood pressure medication for reducing blood pressure. So, yeah, and it's just the body's natural way. It's just getting rid of cortisol. And all it is the same little positive thing, like my body's healthy and strong. My body's healthy and strong for 15 minutes. Okay.
How many hours is enough?
Well, I think that's different for different people, but you know the standard is 8. If I got 8 hours of sleep every night, I would be one happy girl.
But you know, originally when I was studying sleep cycles and
Yeah.
stuff, they said that the sleep cycle would not be like us Americans and people try to do it. If you were able to do, if you didn't have your work and all the stuff that made you culturally do 8 hours sleep,
Right.
you would sleep possibly 5 hours, then you would be up for a while, then
And
you'd
take a nap.
Take a nap for a while, and your cycle would not be like a solid, I don't think, 8 hour.
That's good information. That's good information. So probably none of us get enough, right?
Probably not, but I mean, most of the time they've reached the 7 to 8 hours, but you know, if you don't, and you can still cyclically catch up with a little
Like
bit
a
of
nap or
nap,
something,
but not
hour
too
nap.
long in the afternoon, they say, or you drag the rest of the evening. I think I've read that.
And I wonder,
midday,
too-
if you take a little longer nap, you're better off. If you do it during lunch, it'll
Yeah.
perk you back up.
I was just going to say, I wonder if you did that relaxation response, which is 15 or 20 minutes, if that would be the same thing in terms of
It does. It's
the rest
beautiful.
thing.
It's
So,
wonderful.
you know, that would be a good thing to implement. Instead of going to lunch at the buffet with coworkers, do the relaxation response in your office.
Could you explain that again, the relaxation?
Yes, the relaxation response. It's simply doing quiet, deep breathing, you know, to slow yourself down. And literally, all you do is say anything that is positive to you. So, you know, in a weight loss program, I'm motivated and determined. I follow through with my goal. You know, whatever it is, my body is healthy and strong. A lot of times I'll just, because I get stressed out a little bit, I'm like, all is well, God is in charge. All is well, God is in charge. Whatever it is for you, you just repeat it over and over and over. Now, thoughts are going to come and bombard your mind, but it doesn't matter. Let them slide through. Just stay with your phrase, and that's the extent of it. That's what the relaxation response is. Okay, number 9. Utilize a healthy support system. All right? Some people have a hard time asking for help. A lot of us have a hard time asking for help. That's another American thing, I think. But ask for help. Get a diet coach. Somebody who's willing to be honest with you. A best friend, a therapist, a personal trainer, whatever. But they help you stay motivated. Life coaches are a big thing now. Pay for a life coach. You know, they're just wonderful. But if you have somebody that you trust and can be that for you, let them be it. Get professional counseling. You know, I'm biased, obviously, but I've been to counseling a lot on my own, but it's true. People with addictions, people with obesity, people, you know, there are underlying issues, all right? There just are. Does that mean you're sick or mentally unstable? No. It just means that we have stuff in our lives, okay? So sometimes, like I said, as the weight goes down, the issues will surface. If you don't deal with the issues, then you're going to take up another addiction, or you're going to get discouraged and continue to use food the same way you did. Okay, almost done. 2 more minutes. If you're going to keep the weight off, you've got to do what you need to do. It's not about doing what you feel like doing. Does that work for you? No. No. All right. Accept it, do it, and get back in balance. Ask God for assistance. Help me, God, resist this, whatever. All right? Complete your gotta do-ems, because your self-esteem will raise. That gets your spiritual center back on balance. If your spiritual center is back on balance, all the rest are going to fall into place a lot better. All right? You start thinking more positively. You start doing your thing. You feel better. You think better. You do better. All right. You increase your exercise. You're going to feel better, think better, do better. They're all related. Okay. Social center. Be careful about this one. Don't become imbalanced in the other direction. All right? Have good friends, good support. Get out into your communities. Do good things, but don't overdo it. All right? Rebalance in your enterprise center may lead you to a job you've always wanted to do. You can go to travel places you couldn't go before because you couldn't get on an airplane. May have a new career path, but you'll be happy when? You lose weight? No. When you live as balanced a life as possible, right? Obesity disrupts balance. Gotta do result in sustained weight loss. That's the goal, not weight loss, period, right? Because you've done that before. All right, and then that will be you. Happy, happy, joy. Okay. They are your keys to happiness. Now, the last thing I want to tell you is watch my book. Just finished it. Not quite, but almost. It's coming out next year, and it is all about the centers of balance and sustained weight loss and balanced living. Because you want to be happy. You want to live your life like you're in recovery from addiction, because it's truly the best way to live. Questions very quickly. There you go. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stapleton, so much.